So the topic I've chosen to talk about today is closed doors. Closed doors, what do they stand for? When things happen to crumble in front of your eyes and everything is just not happening, how many of us have had doors closed? Put up your hands. Something you wanted didn't happen. A job that perhaps you had, you lost it. Something that you were really searching for and you couldn't find it. How many of us? That's all of us, almost. Put your hands down. If it's all of us, then surely the Almighty who made us has it within His divine plan to close doors. So we learn from the very beginning that Allah is Al-Ghafur Ar-Rahim, which means among His qualities, He is the most forgiving, the most merciful, the most beneficent, the most kind, the most compassionate. So why would He close our doors? You know, when you're young and you want to do something, and your mom or your dad knows that it is not good for you, you're too close to the swimming pool, what happens? Hey, come back. And you really don't want to. If you're very small, you start crying. When you're eating sweets and chocolates and enjoying them, and they know that there is a limit beyond which it will affect your health, your throat, perhaps do something negative to you. So they take away the sweets. Sweets are lovely, right? Chocolates are even more beautiful, right? Everyone likes these things, but they are unhealthy for you. So what does your mom do? Out of love, she takes them away. But you start crying and you cry so much, it's such a big tantrum, like the world has come to an end. Haven't you seen little kids? Some of us who do have kids, if you've witnessed them, you will notice they start yelling at the top of their voices when you are doing something for them that is very, very beneficial for them. For example, if a child is playing with a knife, you know what you're going to do? You're going to take the knife away. And what does the child do? Have you heard that? The child starts crying, thinking, why did you take this knife away? I was enjoying myself. But if you didn't do that, whether the child cried or not was actually irrelevant. If you didn't do that, the child would have been affected negatively and possibly very great damage would have happened. Agreed. So when you take away things from your child out of love, things that child really, really loves and really wants, is it because of your mercy or because you don't like the child? Can you tell me? Come on, guys. It's the mercy. Absolutely the mercy. And so therefore, in my life, I believe firmly that He is the most compassionate. Trust me, when He blocks something and stops it, it is even more merciful than the mercy of a mother who has taken a knife away from her child, and as a result, the child cries. When we are adults and we have faith in the Almighty, we will not cry when things have not happened the way we want, because we know they have happened squarely the way the Almighty wanted. That's faith. That's why the Almighty closes doors. I will give you another example. You desperately want a job and you are trying. You apply for 1, 2, 3. They call you for an interview, they say no. They call you for an interview, they say no. Third time interview, they say no. What do you say? Usually people will start saying, I think someone has blocked my path. I need to go to a sheikh or I need to go to someone to perform ruqyah because I think my doors of sustenance are actually closed. And the Almighty says, don't you dare lose faith. I did it as a mercy for you because I know the job that you are going to apply for will be better than the 9 that I have blocked from you. But we are too short-sighted. We don't know the future. When your mom took away the knife, she didn't know the future either, but she knew what was happening there and then. But when Allah takes away something or blocks something, He absolutely knows the future. I give you one very common example. We desperately want to get married to someone and yet the door just doesn't open. Something stops it. And you know what? It is a heartache and we suffer and we struggle. I promise you, if you've tried your best and you've had faith in the Almighty, believe firmly that that was not for you. I have been in the same boat. I won't deny it. We've wanted things we didn't get. And in hindsight, you start acknowledging, perhaps indeed the Almighty knew something we didn't know, don't know, and maybe we'll never know. But one day, when we meet Him, we may ask Him if we still recall it, you blocked this door. I really wanted it. Tell me, if I had gotten married to this person, show me a video of what my life would have been like. Can you do that? Would the Almighty do that for you if you asked Him in Jannah? Yes, He would if you remember to ask. But here's the thing, would we or wouldn't we even remember this in Jannah? I don't want to say yes or no, but I highly doubt it. You know, we will be in Subhanallah Jannah, by the way, is paradise. So when we get to paradise, we may not remember many things. I've given an example during a motivational evening and even during other speeches of mine about the womb. You and I know that exactly 6 months prior to our birth, maybe 4 months, let's say 3 months prior to birth, we were definitely in the wombs of our mothers. I know that now. But can any one of us remember what we experienced in that womb? Not at all. If you were to communicate with a twin of yours while in the womb and you were to say, gosh, I'm loving it in here, man, would you ever believe that there was life outside the womb? The answer is no, you wouldn't. You would never believe it. To you, that was your world. Everything happened there. And you were perhaps wondering why the fluid coming into you was so tasty, but that was your mum eating perhaps a bar-one by mistake, right? I see you guys don't like bar-ones. Make it a marshmallow, make it a Snickers, okay? Maybe you don't like that either. Any Kit Kat, one of my favorites, more interesting, right? Yeah, and you didn't know. And for you, it was wonderful and so enjoyable and tasty. But to be honest, as you grew older and bigger in there, you would not have believed that just a membrane away is a whole real world, such that when you get into it, you will never ever remember where you were right then. But there was life already. The soul is blown at 120 days according to the teachings of Islam, right? So when the fetus gets to 120 days, the soul is blown, life begins in almost its entirety. The only things left are birth and breathing. But prior to 120 days, according to what we are taught as Muslims, the heart is pumping definitely. But that doesn't depict the life of an individual in the sense of a soul being blown into it, just like medicine says that a person is brain dead. When they're brain dead, what does that mean? The heart is pumping, they say, but this person is as good as gone. They'll even take the heart out to transplant it somewhere. I'm not going to speak about those rulings because that's not our topic. But brain dead, the heart is pumping. The heart of an individual will keep pumping even if you've taken it out of that body and transplanted it into another body, powering that body perhaps for another 20 years. It was just taken from a person who was brain dead. Does that heartbeat depict the life of the individual from whom it was taken? No. You see what I mean? So we believe that life has definitely a heartbeat to it. But on top of the heartbeat, there has to be a soul. If the heartbeat is gone, the soul is gone. And if the soul is gone, not necessarily is the heartbeat stopped. Subhanallah. Did you understand what I just said? Just like after a few weeks, the heart starts pumping, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, and I think I'm right. MashaAllah, the heart starts pumping. By the way, I am a father of 10 children, and I delivered my last child. I became an honorary gynecologist. My brothers and sisters, I tell you something. I just realized what I said. But it has affected me. So, my brothers and sisters, to be honest, that heart beats. At 120 days, when the soul is blown, it is complete. You have life. You know what is going on. You actually start reacting to sounds and various other factors of your surroundings, right? That's why we say education